you probably would have been playing in getting ready for a game right now. And how has your routine changed since, just this season was put to an abrupt end?
Well, it's been very interesting. I got a text message on Saturday morning, and someone asked what I was doing, and I told them this is probably the first time in 37 years that I haven't had to make a baseball decision on a weekend in March. So it's much different. We would have been in my hometown today, actually getting ready for a game right now. But as life pushes forward, everything's changed, and now we just have to figure out what's next.
What was the conversation like that you had with your players, and were you the one that had to break the news to them, or did they hear it from elsewhere?
Well, they started seeing a lot of different things when we were in practice. Some other leagues that were pushing games back and/or suspending games, and then after practice, when they were home, they got the news, and so I communicated with them that day via Teamworks, which is a text app that we use, and got some information to them, and then I told them we would meet the following day. I wanted to meet once we had some information that would be valuable for them, and it actually worked out fairly well because the NCAA had probably about 2 hours before we met, the NCAA had come across and said that they would, or their plan was to give everyone another year of eligibility. So a tough meeting, but at the same time, I tried to swing things in a positive manner. Told everyone we were just all granted a redshirt year and explained how valuable redshirt years can be. We talked a lot about the type of team we had, the leadership we had, and the direction that we could head with another year under our belt. And as I told him, I thought the decision that was made across the board was the right decision. It's a real life decision, some things that we have to deal with, and something that I think will be a valuable lesson. And in the long run, hopefully, everyone looks back and it was a great decision, and we get back to our normal pace at some point in the near future.
Mhm. Did you talk to Garrett Acton at all on maybe what his decision was and if he was considering coming back for a redshirt year or two?
Garrett came in the coach's room right away, and we talked just for a few minutes. And the thing that I told him, and also told everyone in the room in the team meeting, was that we were going to let guys kind of digest things for a little while. I don't think it's fair to throw those things at them right now. Everything has changed. Their lives have changed. All of our lives have changed. And I've communicated with them that within the next week or so, as we gather more information, what may happen with the Major League Draft, we'll be able to inform them a little bit more. The great thing with all of our seniors and the players that could come back in that capacity, they've all done a great job academically, and so they could move on into
Mm-hmm.
graduate programs if they choose. I would love to have each and every one of them back. Part of it is their playing ability, but they're great people, and they've been unbelievable leaders this year. So, we'll see where everything goes over the next couple months, and they'll have some tough decisions to make.
Hmm. How does this whole situation impact recruiting for you?
We don't know how it's going to impact recruiting. We really don't. We're off the road until April 15th, and I can foresee that being pushed out further.
Right.
Uh, our assistants have done an unbelievable job of putting us in a great position for the freshman class that will be coming in this summer, possibly, or into the fall. So we're in good shape there. The future recruits, we've got a number that we've had multiple contacts with and have some offers out. So I think we're in a good place. The thing that's much different about our recruiting is I don't believe in overextending money and bringing in 40 guys in a class and then running people off. So we're in good shape recruiting, and I feel that we'll stay solid with all of our commitments and have an opportunity to be a great team a year from now.
Are you prepared to maybe have conversations with players who maybe thought there would be, a player leaving after this year? They were a senior, and then now, if, for example, a senior comes back for that extra year of eligibility, how that might affect the dynamic or just the lineups that you had maybe put in your head?
Well, it can affect some things, but honestly, the players I want are the players that aren't afraid to compete against anyone.
Hmm.
The more depth you have and the better players you have around you, the more you have to elevate your game. And I expect the guys coming in will uh, be able to, raise their game and do a great job because we could have much more competition. So if someone wants to have those conversations, I'll be glad to. But that's my stance on it. I truly believe that the better the depth, the better the team, and again, it will help all of us.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. And as far as maybe this being looked at as sort of an off season for you guys, do you have confidence in your players that they're going to be keeping up with lifting or any kind of practice that they might be able to do now that they're probably back in their hometowns?
Well, we talked about those things before they left, and again, when you have a redshirt year, it can be a positive or a negative. And the thing that I stress to them is the work that they need to put in, the great opportunity they have right now to work on their strength and do some extra things in the weight room that you can't really do during the season. I'm confident that this group is driven and will do a great job, even though we're not there. We're working on a communication system so that we get daily updates from our guys once we get through spring break. I'm kind of trying to leave guys alone a little bit this week and get to digest everything. And once we jump back into school next week and start our online classes, we'll have more conversations about the things that they need to do to continue to progress as a player and ultimately help the team be a championship team.
Yeah. Now, how difficult is it just to see, with the team you guys started, you had a lot of early success, and for it to kind of end so abruptly, how disappointing is it for you as a coach and for the guys as well?
Well, it's very disappointing. There's a lot of work that goes into it. I know all the coaches are disappointed, but we're disappointed more for the players. It's a tough time in their life, and they put so much work in, and they have great hopes and aspirations, and look so forward to the season that to have that pulled out from under them, basically a quarter of the way through, it makes it very difficult. So, from my standpoint, it is a disappointment. At the same time, we're fortunate that we know we have next year from a coaching standpoint, and hope all the players come back and all the seniors come back, and everybody has that final, time together as a group.
Now, what are you doing with, I guess, what's become some more free time?
Well, it was funny. I got done working out Friday once we knew the season was canceled, and I took a shower and I went downstairs, and my wife was sitting at the table with a friend having coffee, and I just said, "Well, what are we doing this weekend?" And I think she looked at me. I know she looked at me like, "Oh my gosh, I've got to deal with you for 4 months, and I didn't expect it." So, we'll spend some time together as a family. There's still a lot of work that we need to do to prepare for getting back to the full swing of things, and I need to do some things as far as team travel for next year. I mean, there's an abundance of things to do. We're just changing the way we're going about it. I'm doing a lot of work from home, and I'm sure I'll have a few more things that I need to get done on the weekends around the house. So there'll be plenty of things that keep me busy.
All right, well, Dan, thank you so much. And I really appreciate you getting on FaceTime to talk to us.
No problem. I'll look forward to talking to you again soon.
All right, see you, Dan. Thanks.
Thank you.